into a catalyst for transformative change. So I'm proud to announce travellers.
We were desperate to find someone, desperate to be somewhere for, a long to settle.
No.
And then everyone was like, yeah, gospel car. Wow, what a wonderful idea. That's great. And again, more help.
Oh, honey, can you even believe this? The prince who once had the whole of Britain eating out of the palm of his hand has now tasted the bitter side of rejection. Harry's latest return to the UK wasn't just a trip, it was a full-blown reality check. No crowds, no adoring supporters, no family standing there waiting with open arms, just silence. Cold, cutting silence that said more than any screaming headline could. The same nation that once cheered for him decided to let him know loud and clear, they're done. And make no mistake, this wasn't some low-key, quiet little visit. Oh no, this was a message, a carefully crafted icy message from Britain itself. And trust me, it stung.
We love you, Harry. Thank you, Harry. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harry. Thank you.
Even Harry's fiercest critics couldn't have predicted just how brutal this would be. The boy once known as the People's Prince has learned the hardest lesson of all. Once you lose the love of the crowd, darling, it doesn't come crawling back. What followed shocked even those who said his downfall was inevitable. Because Harry's story? Oh, it's far from over. The drama is just beginning, and what's coming next? It's about to turn the whole royal script upside down.
You didn't believe she was dead?
For a long time. I just refused to accept that she was gone.
And let me tell you, what's about to unfold is juicier than anything we've seen from the royals so far. Harry's much-hyped trip back to the UK, total disaster. He was supposed to be coming for a heartfelt reunion, at least that's what insiders teased. But when he touched down, reality slapped him in the face. No crowd, no support, no warm smiles. Instead, nothing but silence. And that silence? Louder than any speech Buckingham Palace could ever make.
Here's the situation. King Charles is days away from a critical decision that could define his leadership and legacy.
This wasn't just another uneventful arrival. No, this was rejection on the grandest stage possible. The prince who was once hailed as the darling of Britain has now become a man they'd rather not claim. What started as whispers of disapproval has now turned into open dismissal. Nobody from the family showed, not a single aide was seen, and the streets that once roared for him, empty. That lonely homecoming screamed one thing: Harry's not wanted anymore. Britain has made up its mind.
Harry didn't just return to the UK, he walked straight into a wall of silence. No buzz.
And if that wasn't enough, the labels slapped on him are brutal. Disappointment, they say. The soldier, the prince, Diana's beloved son, now painted as a man drowning in controversy after controversy. From that bombshell Oprah interview that rattled the monarchy to the Netflix money-making deals that left a sour taste, Harry's image has completely flipped. Once seen as the victim, he's now branded the opportunist. The country has moved on, and insiders whisper that the royals aren't losing sleep over it.
In that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorites.
Many people doubt Meghan has long been a mother, following her attendance.
William's preparing for the crown, the king's got his duties, and nobody has time for Harry's endless issues. One palace source put it bluntly: there's no appetite to welcome him back. Ouch, that cuts deeper than a headline. It's not just the family. Palace staff who once adored him have quietly backed away too. The very people who organized his charities, his big public events, they've switched to other royals. They've moved on.
So Prince Harry came into London, arrived London today.
Because the royal machine never stops, darling. It just pivots. Other causes, other faces, other priorities. That smooth-running machinery that once backed Harry completely shut down. His security isn't automatic anymore. It's a debate. Media coordination, dead. Even charities that Harry once poured himself into are now quietly shifting to new patrons, new energy. The royal brand has a way of saying, "Thank you, next." And Harry, of all people, should have known that.
Every year since he left the royal family, Prince Harry dutifully travels from his home in California.
And let's be clear, the lack of a welcome wasn't some oversight. No, it was a statement. Deliberate. Harry isn't just being ignored, he's being erased from the center of a nation that once called him their own. He thought he could walk away from tradition and come back whenever he wanted? Not a chance. That door doesn't swing both ways.
A tale of two engagements that took place today. One with Harry,
one week.
And the worst part? Sympathy has shifted. Remember when Meghan was the one everyone blamed for pulling him away? Well, guess what? Now people say Harry made his own bed. He could have found balance. He could have kept one foot in royal duty and one in private life. But instead, he blew up the bridges. The interviews, the accusations, the memoir, each one dug him deeper. The man who trashed his family for the cameras now looks desperate for their recognition. And the British public, they're not buying it.
Extraordinary on-air row has broken out about Prince Harry and potential.
And let's not forget how quickly the tables turned. Harry once had the whole nation's heart, Diana's son, the soldier who served with pride, the prince who felt real and relatable. But now he's the poster boy for wasted potential. He's gone from the golden child to the bitter outsider. People once gave him so much grace, but he drained it all away. What started as sympathy has twisted into exhaustion. The public's patience snapped, and now they've had enough of Harry's never-ending complaints.
A stunning twist of fate, Prince Harry collapsed in open court after DNA test results confirmed he is not.
Remember when people actually cheered for him choosing love over duty? They applauded when he left, thinking he was bravely carving his own path. But then came the endless interviews, the tell-all deals, the non-stop grievances. That admiration curdled into disappointment. Every project he signs on to feels like it's designed to throw his family under the bus. And darling, that's the unforgivable sin. It's one thing to criticize tradition, but to drag your own blood in front of cameras, that's where people draw the line.
The King arriving back at Clarence House from Scotland that signalled it might be happening. And then
now the very name Prince Harry doesn't spark pride anymore. It sparks irritation. He's gone from adored to ignored. People don't even want to hear it. The same man who was once the people's prince has become the man nobody wants to claim. His endless cycle of interviews, books, Netflix specials, it's turned into background noise. He plays the victim, but the more he talks, the more people see through the act. The UK doesn't see bravery in his words anymore. They see dependency, on attention, on drama, on the spotlight. It's a vicious cycle and everyone sees it. Interview, complaint, cash, repeat. That's the formula, and it's worn thin. The public isn't fooled, not anymore. They've tuned out because they know it's performative. They can tell the difference between genuine passion and calculated PR activism. And Harry, he's fallen into the second category every single time. And now Britain doesn't just reject his presence, they reject his voice. They don't want to hear his name, his opinions, or his sob story anymore. For someone who grew up in the world's spotlight, that silence is the hardest cut of all. Even the tabloids, which once couldn't get enough of him, now label him irrelevant. Commentators call him desperate. The shine is gone, and what's left? Just a man scrambling for attention in a place that's moved on. The tragedy here is that Harry once symbolized hope. He was relatable, charismatic, the fresh face of a modern monarchy. But that charm has soured into bitterness, and bitterness doesn't photograph well. His return should have been triumphant, but instead it was humiliating, a reminder of how far he's fallen. Even journalists who once defended him now shrug him off. Once Golden Boy coverage has shifted to indifference, and in celebrity culture, darling, indifference is the kiss of death. And here's the brutal truth. Britain has no warm embraces left for Harry, no spontaneous cheers, no unconditional love. The spotlight has shifted to William, to Kate, even to Charles despite his challenges. Harry's chasing relevance in a game that's already moved on without him. What's even worse, the media that once fought for his privacy now questions why he can't stop talking. Those who once condemned paparazzi harassment now barely bother covering him at all unless it's to highlight another stumble. When the media stops caring, the people already have. And let's not dance around the real issue. William and Harry's broken bond, once inseparable, now ice cold. Some say it's Meghan, some say it was Harry's choices, but whatever the reason, analysts agree, the damage is permanent. The monarchy thrives on perception, and right now, Harry looks like a prince in name only. The UK's rejection of Harry isn't just about family feuds, it's about credibility. He's lost it, plain and simple. His name no longer sparks curiosity, only fatigue. And in Britain, loyalty to the crown runs deeper than any personal drama. By constantly criticizing it, Harry has cut himself off from that loyalty, and there's no coming back. What's most heartbreaking is this. Harry once had everything: respect, admiration, a role that mattered. He was Diana's legacy, the prince who could connect with ordinary people. But instead of building on that, he chose bitterness. And bitterness? Darling, it doesn't sell forever. The institution has rolled on without him. The family functions just fine without him. The world even has moved on. gone, and Harry? He's left standing in the cold, wondering how it all slipped away. He wanted reconciliation, but reconciliation isn't on the table anymore. The royal family has adjusted, adapted, and marched forward. There's no place for a prince who chose profit over principle, fame over family. So now, his only safe haven is California, a land where his celebrity brand still sells, where Meghan steers the narrative. But in the UK, his story is finished, and the silence that greeted him proves it. Silence louder than boos, sharper than headlines, silence that says, "We don't care anymore." Harry's downfall isn't just a scandal, it's a lesson. You can't trash the very institution that made you and then expect its doors to swing wide open when it suits you. Britain's silence wasn't cruel, it was honest. It mirrored back to Harry the energy he's been putting out for years. When you treat family secrets like content for Netflix, when you trade dignity for dollars, you don't get warm welcomes, you get locked doors. Insiders whisper that even the friends who once defended him are distancing themselves. People who applauded Meg's sit are now quietly saying he went too far. Royal watchers admit it, he's drained the goodwill dry. The narrative of victimhood doesn't play anymore. What people see is a man addicted to his own spotlight, oversharing to stay relevant. The saddest part? He doesn't even seem to realize how far he's fallen. He thought one trip, one reunion attempt could reset the story. But the UK isn't waiting with open arms. It's moved on. William and Kate are the glowing faces of the monarchy now. Charles, even with his health issues, is respected more than ever. And Harry? He's the ghost of what could have been. Britain's verdict is crystal clear. He's no longer welcome, no longer the people's prince, no longer even part of the royal conversation. Just another celebrity chasing clicks from across the Atlantic. And unlike fairy tales, this one doesn't end with redemption. Some love, once lost, never returns. Some trust, once broken, never rebuilds. Harry once represented possibility, rebellion with charm, a future that felt fresh. Now, he's the cautionary tale, the boy who had it all and threw it away, the prince who traded respect for relevance and lost both. And the cruel irony, the UK doesn't hate him, they don't even bother enough for hate, they're indifferent. And in the world of royalty and celebrity alike, indifference is the final nail in the coffin. The transformation is complete. From beloved royal to rejected outsider, from Diana's pride to Britain's silence, from possibility to regret. And that silence, the silence that met him at the airport, that echoed through empty streets, that filled the palace corridors, says it all. Britain has spoken. Prince Harry is no longer theirs, and he never will be again.